This show is brought to you in partnership with Ticketmaster, the home of UK comedy. From your favourite stand-up comedians to rising TikTok talent and local comedy clubs, you can find it all at ticketmaster.co.uk/comedy.
Hello and welcome to the Comedy Store Live, the show where you experience the most sought-after and hilarious comedians straight from the greatest comedy club in the world, the Comedy Store London. As ever, we have three brilliant comedians for you this week. Coming up, we have Carl Donnelly and Felicity Ward. But up first, it's Lauren Pattison.
Hello. Hiya. Nice to meet you. Just to get started, my name's Lauren, right? Usually I cannot make eye contact with the front row because I've got crippling fucking anxiety. I genuinely can't do it, and never has it been so fortunate as tonight, because with the testosterone that's like radiating off this, if I look at any one of yous, I'm popping a kid out, and that's not... You know, I'm 28, I know in Newcastle I should have at least 3 by now, but that's not happening. I've left London, I've moved back up north. I went back up like sort of when everything kicked off. I broke up with my fella, lost my job, I went home. I was like, right, I need me independence. I've lost everything, I'm going to go out, I'm going to get myself a job. Now, I used to speak a lot about nepotism in comedy. I learned about nepotism when I moved to London. We don't fucking have it in Newcastle. I was like, what? You mean sometimes who you know can get you ahead in life? Well, I know Steve who sells cheap tabs. What can he get us? What can he get us other than lung cancer? What are we going there? And I'll tell you when nepotism comes in handy, because that's when I was thinking about it when I moved back up north. I was like, well, will I ever get to use nepotism? Working class girl, now I'm back in Newcastle. Will I ever get to use nepotism to get ahead in my career? When will I ever get to benefit from that? I'll tell you when there's a global pandemic, you've lost your job along with everyone else, but your ma works in Morrison's fucking cafe. That's when you get to use nepotism. I'm working back in my bit of Newcastle where I grew up. I left there 10 years ago, never really been back. It's a very rough bit of Newcastle called Newcastle. You might be familiar with it. It's a really, really rough bit of Newcastle. It's the kind of place people don't leave. So I was like the odd one who got away and left. Usually people marry the first girl they fingered at 14. That's very much the kind of vibe. It's very, very odd. It's not really a nice place, and I was a little bit gutted to be going back, but I was like, I'm doing this because I need money. It's fine. It's a noble thing to be doing. You know, I'm holding my head high. I'm getting my independence back. I'm earning an honest living. But I would sit on the checkout and I'd see people I went to school with 10 fucking years ago who I've not seen. And I was like, they're going to bully us, aren't they? They're going to bully us all over again. They're going to come up to me till, start taking the piss out of us. I've got anxiety, so I'm going to cry. That means the manager's going to have to put a fucking tannoy out and ask me mum to come and get us. Which is not what you want as an adult. And I was so nervous working on the till, just waiting to be picked on. And eventually this lad comes in, about 3 months in, he joins my till and he's staring at his... I was like, he was a bit of a gobshite. He's definitely going to say something. He's going to take the piss. Just don't get upset. Don't cry. You're not a failure just because you're here. It's absolutely fine. He gets to the front and he's still staring. And I was like, just fucking say whatever you've got to say. He packs his bag, and just as he's picking his bag up, he went, you look spitting double of this lass I went to school with. I went, no, it's not me. Couldn't possibly be me, I've just moved here. It's not me. He went, no, I'm not saying it's you. You just look like her. I went, it's not me. He went, I didn't say it was you. I said, it looks like you. He went, honestly, you could be sisters. I went, it's not me. He went, I didn't say it was you. It's not an insult, darling. I hope I haven't hurt your feelings. She's a nice girl, honestly. I know it's not you. I went, it's not me. He went, I know it's not, because she's doing well. I was like, is she? Is she fucking really? He was like, no way will she be back here. She's off in New Zealand or some shit. Lauren will never be back here. I was like, in an hour's time, Lauren's going back to her childhood bedroom where she used to cry because you used to call her a specky cunt every day for 7 years. I do kind of miss, I sort of left during the pandemic and I've ended up not coming back. And the reason I didn't come back is, like I say, me and my fella broke up. I stayed here to be with him. We were together 4 years. Our relationship didn't last lockdown. Guess how far into lockdown it didn't last? A week. A fucking week. We crumbled so quickly, and my friends were like, it obviously mustn't have been right. And I was like, nah. Honestly, I loved him a bit, but it definitely wouldn't have lasted. We would never have made it to a stag do, a hen do, for one reason, and that's he and me argued about one thing from day one right at the end. The one thing we argued about, and I think we would have argued it until we died, he wouldn't admit he was posh. He wouldn't admit it, and I loved him for who he was. I didn't care that he was posh. I didn't know he was posh when I met him, so I didn't know that about him. I met him on a dating app not long after I'd moved here. I was living with strangers, and they were like, you need to get out more. I was like, I don't know anyone. They were like, well, go on the dating apps, go meet some people, meet new people, get to see London. I was like, great. So I'm on them apps, and they were like, what are you looking for? I was like, I don't really care, I don't have it. I was 21, I didn't have a fucking type, I didn't care. And they were like, no, you have to look for something. And I was like, right, nice eyes. Nice eyes. I want a man whose eyes make me heart melt. About 48 hours later, I was like, a man whose eyes point the same way. That's what I want. I lived in Stratford, it didn't fucking happen, I'll tell you that. Anyway. But I matched with this lad who was lovely and we got chatting and he was nice, he made us laugh, he was funny, he was fit, he went, do you want to go for a drink? I was like, yes, I do. So I went to meet him in central London and I walked in and the first thing I noticed was how immaculately he was dressed. Very well-tailored, expensive suit. And I was like, oh, he must have a good job. Must be doing well for himself. That's a lovely suit. And I tapped him on the shoulder. I went, hiya, I'm Lauren. You're here to meet me. Gave us a big smile, lovely eyes. He went, oh, hello, I'm Josh. And the pleasure is all mine, I'm sure. And I dropped my fucking arse. 21 years old, never lived out in Newcastle. I'd never really lived away from the north. And suddenly I'm stood here in front of this lad, so different to me. And I thought, oh my God. Look at how he's dressed. Listen to how he talks. Lauren, there's only one explanation here. Stay calm. This was bound to happen at some point. This was bound to happen. You're on a date with a Tory. Stay calm. Stay fucking calm. What's the rules? Are you allowed to get him wet after midnight? Is that Tories? Is that Gremlins? I don't know. And I'm a little bit embarrassed to admit this, but I'm 28 now. At the time I was 21, I was ignorant as fuck. I was just starting to learn things. I was just starting to give a shit about politics. And I thought, right, am I going to let politics get in the way of getting to know this guy? No, I'm not. I like him, so I want to get to know more about him. All that stuff can come later. I'm going to get to know this guy and see what happens, see if I like him. And I did like him. I liked him so much that at the end of the date, I brought him back to me flat and I had sex with him anyway. Because even at 21, with a very limited knowledge of politics, the one thing I knew for certain is that the Tories love to fuck the poor, so I knew he'd have the best night of his life. I do miss it down here, you know. I'm debating moving back, like I am. Like, I sort of got into a bit of a rut down here. Like, I felt judged quite a lot because I sounded like this. Me fella was posh, all these friends were posh. I felt like they looked down on us. And I got a bit sick of being treated like a stereotype. People always made out like I was stupid or scummy or slaggy or violent just because I had this voice. And sort of the deciding factor of me moving home was I got in my first fight just before things all kicked off. I was in my local pub chatting to the bartender and he went, the lad over there trying to get your attention. I went, well, I'm not going over, I've got a fella, I'm not like that. He went, no, I think he's seen you do stand-up here. I used to do comedy in that pub all the time. He went, I think he wants some tips and is too scared to ask. I went, well, fine, I'll go over. I've been there, we've all been new comedians. So I went over, I went, were you trying to get my attention? He went, oh my God, yes. Yes, the accent, are you from Newcastle? I've been trying to listen, trying to work it out. Are you from Newcastle? I went, I am, yes. He went, I fucking love Newcastle. Oh, I think it's brilliant, I think it's incredible, I think it's the best place on the world, it's fantastic, it's amazing, I love Newcastle. I went, how you been? He said, no. But I know a lot about it, I know everything I need to know about it. I went, what, you got family from there, friends from there? He went, no. I went, well, how do you know so much about it? He went, well, darling, I've seen every episode of Geordie Shore 4 times. I was like, nah, that is such a stereotype, nah, don't tar us with that brush. I went, tell you what, come sit with me, ask me anything about Newcastle, I'll tell you all about it, you tell me where you're from. And he changed like that. He went, I don't want to have a drink with you. I went, I wasn't flirting, I've got a boyfriend, I was just being friendly. He went, I don't want to be your friend. I went, well, you've admitted you were trying to get me attention. I came over, sorry if I've done something wrong, I was just being nice, enjoy your evening. And as I walked away, he went, just I know what women from Newcastle are like. I went, what do you think women from Newcastle are like? And I apologise in advance for what he said. This is the worst thing anyone's ever said to us. And I had to delete my YouTube account because 6 separate people said I look like Eddie Izzard, but this is still the worst thing anyone has ever said to us. He said, I told you I know what Newcastle's like and I know what women from Newcastle are like, so I know that by the time you've finished that drink, you'll be on this bar with your flaps out. I was like, am I going to let him talk to me like that? Treat me like a stereotype just because of something he's seen on TV? Am I going to let him talk about the women from Newcastle like that? Me mum, me sister, me niece, Fairfax, is a slag, but you know, I'll give him... She's 6, but no one you can tell, you can just... And I was like, I'm not fucking having this, I'm sick of being treated like a stereotype. I grew like 6 inches, I went, hey! I think you need to watch your language. Stop treating people like they're nothing more than fucking stereotypes, because we are so much more than that. I am so much more than that. I think you'll find, darling, that women from Newcastle are angels. We do not have flaps, we have wings. Thank you very fucking much. I will not be treated like a stereotype. And then I finished my drink and I glassed them, because some stereotypes are fucking true, and that's why I moved. Yous have been absolutely lovely. I'm Lauren, thank you.
Lauren Pattison, everybody. Up next, we have the brilliant Carl Donnelly.
Hey everyone, how you doing, alright? Apologies for the tinted glasses. I've currently got a fucking eye infection. So embarrassing, man. I'm in my that is so shit, innit? I'm in my 40s now, that's what happens, isn't it? I used to have to wear tinted glasses, so I've been on the coke for 3 days. Now my dad is wearing fucking high-tech silver shadows and I've got pink eye. I love 40s, genuinely. Like, do you know what? I love 40s mentally. Yes, mentally, I think 40s is like the peak age. You're mentally the most sound, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, I used to struggle with mental health shit in my 20s, my 30s. Now I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I get intrusive thoughts. I used to have intrusive thoughts in my 20s and they cause like mental health problems. Now I don't give a shit. They just bounce off me. I'm standing there talking to someone and the intrusive thought will be like, fucking hit them. And in my head, I'm like, I ain't gonna hit him, I'm fine. But like, it's nice, isn't it? But now I know that it's just thoughts, you know what I mean? But like physically, I am falling apart. I've hit that age where my body's gone, right, we're gonna start giving you some previews of the shit that's gonna come, man. But it's funny, man. I'll tell you that this is the best thing about being in my 40s, I'm gonna say, right? Mentally, you become so easily pleased. Like, I used to need so much chaos. Young people here, how young are you, Aussie? Yeah, man, you need fucking constant entertainment. It's mad to be just entertained. Like now, in my 40s, I can stare at a fucking brick and I'm all right. Like, it's mental. My hobbies are so reflective of how easily pleased I am. I used to have loads of hobbies and I'd be travelling all the time and shit. Do you know the main hobby I've had in the last 2 years? It's absolutely true, right? I reckon most of you will know the brand. But I've been trying to work my way through in the last 2 years all the different flavours of the original source shower gels. Right? And if you haven't tried these, man, you need to get in the know, especially if you're a man, because men, I know we got everything on earth. I'm not going to offend women by saying, like, you know, it's sort of, I know it's an uneven playing field. We got everything, men, but the one thing we got left behind in, man, is toiletries. We got the shittest. Have you ever been to like a big pharmacy, like there's a big Boots around the corner. Have you ever been in there? 2 floors, man. Men, you feel like a fucking savage. The whole bottom floor is makeup, innit, right? There's some perfumes aftershave. You go upstairs, it's a pharmacy, there's food, it's all women's hair products. The men's bit, you have to look for it, man. You find it down the back of the shop. It's a tiny little square shelving unit. They paint it black, like, yeah, that's your bit, you filthy shit. And they market it at us like we're 14-year-old boys from the 80s. Everything's like aggressive. You pick up a man's shower gel, it's like active, like that. And this is how rude they are, man. Sometimes they make the edge of the bottle jagged. Like, yeah, the bottle's aggressive, as if you'll pick up a smooth bottle of shower gel. Be like, fucking, I'm not gay, mate. Storm out. It's 2023, man. We're modern men, do you know what I mean? Like, there's never any flavours or fruits. You buy a man's shower gel, you use it, you smell fucking blue afterwards somehow. It's horrible. But basically, in late 2020 it was, this began, I bought a bottle of original source juicy mango. Just out of the blue, saw it, thought I'll give that a go, changed my life. Genuinely, I loved it so much. I literally was saying to my wife, I'm never going back. And she went, Google it, I've seen some other flavours. I Googled it, there was 10 flavours. And I went, I'm going to try every single one of them, right? And so my journey began, yeah? I thought they'd all be the same, like a little bit of fruity, bit of fun. Didn't realise some of them would be a bit of a challenge, yeah? And some of you know where this is going, I can tell. What a funny thing, right? Basically, the first sort of, free lured me into a false sense of security, because it was juicy mango, wicked, that was like a month, whatever. The next one was tropical coconut and shea butter. That was like rubbing yogurt on myself every day. I was like, this cannot get better. Third one, sea salt and samphire. I was like, that's fine, I don't love it as much as the previous ones. Fourth one was where everything changed. I bought one called lemon and tea tree. Yeah. I mean, sums it up. No shower gel should get that response, right? Shower gel. This is when you react like, what? Right? Do you know what? I didn't know what tea tree does to the human body. It makes you tingle all over. I'd never have tingled in my life, man. Like, I don't want to get too reductive, but I don't think the male body is tingly, innit? We didn't get the erogenous zones of women. Like, you're blessed. Your whole body is erogenous, man. Like, you know what I mean? We're fucking just numb. Our whole body is numb, apart from our cock and our arse. We're disgusting. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's fucking, you're miracles. You know what I mean? Like, and I used it and I tingled all over. Do you know what I reckon it was a little insight into? And this is a real leap, but go with me. I reckon it was a little insight into what the female orgasm's like. Because I've always thought as an observer that looks well tingly to me. Do you know what I mean? I've always been so jealous of that. As a man, again, actually, this is the other one. You got toiletries, ladies, and you got the best orgasm, right, by a mile. And don't get me wrong, I don't think that you know, it's sort of forgives like the pay gap. Yeah, I get it. Just to clarify, I'm just saying I think you got some good shit. Yeah, your orgasm is incredible, man. I've always thought the disparity between them, they're not even comparable. The female orgasm looks like a union with God, full body, innit? Like, whereas we get fucking angry for 1 second. Ours ruins it. Yours looks like the culmination of fun. Whereas we're having fun, and then about a minute before we're at the end, we suddenly get like, fucking, come on! We get all aggressive like a werewolf or something. And then it just ends. Ours is like, fuck off! Dude! And we get instantly sad. Oh, shit. What a rubbish life. So what I'm saying is I really like the lemon one. Okay? Thank you. So can you imagine then, and this is what you've all been waiting for, can you imagine how excited I was when I bought mint and tea tree? It's mad that a shower gel gets this. Man, I was so shocked. It says tingly. I was like, yes, please. Fucking, that is a lie, man. That one should be called Original Sauce. Don't put this on your bell end. And I think it should come with one of them foil blankets you get after marathons. Because you're going to be so cold, man. It really catches you off guard, innit, man? Like, I remember going in thinking, bring on the tingle. Instant shock. I'm so cold. So I washed it off, thinking I was allergic, and it turns out that's what it does. It makes you cold. I said to my wife, worst one yet, I'm never using it again. I said, I'm buying a new one today. And that's not the end of the story. The end of the story is that we went out for a walk, and about an hour later after that shower, I got a delayed reaction. Genuinely, I was walking down the street thinking, I'd put it behind me, mate. I was going to buy a new one. Fully clothed in the street. I got a draft in my arse. So I went home and I checked the bottle. I was like, I'm checking the bottle to see what's going on here. Picked it up, laughed out loud. It's on the front of the bottle, the biggest red flag I've ever seen. It's absolutely true, right? Next time you see a bottle, you're going to laugh because now I'm putting it out. See if you can spot the problem. It says on the front of the bottle, it goes, every bottle of Original Sauce, tea tree and mint contains 7,927 mint leaves. Yeah, exactly right. I'm looking at that number with my cold bumhole. And I remember thinking, it's too many mint leaves, mate. I think you've overshot the mint leaves. Guys, it's been great fun. I've been Carl Donnelly. Take it easy. Cheers.
Carl Donnelly, everybody. We'll be back with your final act straight after this.
This show is brought to you in partnership with Ticketmaster, the home of UK comedy. From your favourite stand-up comedians to rising TikTok talent and local comedy clubs, you can find it all at ticketmaster.co.uk/comedy.
Welcome back, and now for this week's final act. Welcome to the stage, Felicity Ward.
How you going? You good? You're all so quiet and smart and well-behaved. I'm not used to it. I thought we'd have fucking animals in here this weekend. You're all very well dressed. I'm surprised. My name's Felicity. It's lovely to meet you. I have a very exciting announcement to make. Thank you. I ate 2 chicken Kievs tonight and it was work when I got there. No, I just had a baby, which is very exciting, 4 years ago, and still got him. How good is that? I thought I would have lost him for sure by now. He's not with me. He's at home, not by himself, obviously. He's got the iPad. Or Mum, as he started calling it. And I got fat when I was pregnant. A classic move. I stayed fat after birth. Controversial. I got fatter in lockdown. I'm an inspiration. And look, I'm not the fattest person that you've ever seen, but I'm the fattest person I've ever been. I went from a size 6 to a size 14. I went from an extra small to an extra large. And I have to be honest with you, I fucking love it. Do you know why? I've been cold since 1997. Do you know what a privilege it is to sweat in winter? I fucking love it. And from the front, I've still got my hourglass figure. Just from the side, more of an egg timer, that's all. I got one of that. I've never had a belly before. How good is it? I play with it. You know how guys are like, oh, if I had tits, I'd play with them all the time. Number 1, we do. But number 2, it's like having 3 of them. Edelweiss, Edelweiss. Yes, I have mental health issues, and obviously. I did this gig just before COVID. Actually, it was the last gig I did here, and in the front row was one group of boys, right? One group, like 19, 18-year-old boys, all of them. Yuck. And I'm joking. I love men. A little bit too much. I'm a predator. I wasn't vaccinated. One of those things is true. Anyway, I got whooping cough when I was 4. I never fully recovered. Thanks, Mum. You really showed the government. Anyway. It's not about Mum, is it? Isn't it? Why else would I be doing stand-up comedy? Anyway, come on. Shh, let me get on with it. That's a joke, obviously. It was Dad. So I'm doing this gig. There's 18-year-old boys all in the front row, and the MC's having a go at one of the guys who's wearing a pink shirt. It's all very friendly. It's all very light-hearted. No one's taking it seriously. Anyway, I come out and pretend to be very faux offended, and I go, you know what, mate? If you want to wear a pink shirt, you can wear a pink shirt. Toxic masculinity is bullshit. You probably drink rosé and finger women on the weekend as a feminist act. Now, obviously, if I had my time again, I would not say fingering, I would say cunnilingus. No woman is choosing fingering from a straight man. And that is the sound of a lot of straight men going, what? Sorry, what? You can't mean me. I do. And these next 6 minutes, they go out to you. So, I say you probably finger women at the weekend as a feminist act. I say that, and then the whole front row turn and look at another man who was sitting in this seat. They all turn to him. They're pointing, they're laughing, they're elbowing each other, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on over here? And I said, what's your name, mate? And he said, Fingering Pat. Now, I said, Pat, are you very bad at fingering? Are you notoriously bad at fingering? And he said the saddest thing I have ever heard, from an audience member in my entire career. Remembering that he's 18. He's only 18. And I said, are you notoriously bad at fingering? And he said, if the rumours are true, do you know how bad at fingering you need to be at age 18? That it sets you apart from the rest of the terrible fingering that is taking place by 18 or 19 of your closest friends? That not just the recipient knows, but all the other friends know how bad bad you are at fingering. And I said, do you know what, mate? I'm not even going to do jokes tonight. I'm just going to give you tips. He said, please. Please. And this is the only sexist ideal I stand by. I do not think that straight men under the age of 25 should be allowed to finger women. I'm sorry. You can look, watch, educate yourself, absolutely, but you cannot go inside until you're 25. Do you know how many years apprentice chefs have to wash dishes before they're allowed to touch the expensive equipment? There's a lot of women really enjoying themselves this. A lot of those women are sitting with their boyfriends, and power to you. So these are the tips that I gave him that night. I'm going to give them to you. There are a lot of young men in here. Please listen and take this information with you. These are jokes, but also very, very serious public service announcement, okay? You could change yours and all of the women's course of your sexual life, okay? All right, number one, most importantly, going in and out as hard and fast as you can is enjoyable for no one. No one. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why are you trying to get further back? There's no prize waiting for you. That's a cervix. Leave it alone. That's for doctors. Stop doing that. Is that good? No, it's awful. It's awful. Number 2, spend more time on the outside than you do on the inside, yeah? Yes! Going inside is a sometimes food, yes? I don't know if anyone's been to the symphony here, but what is it? All the way through, it's strings, isn't it? Strings, strings, strings. Every now and again, timpani. Every now and again. If you went to the orchestra and it was just timpani, 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 you'd get up and leave, wouldn't you? Number 3. Use your mouth. Use your mouth. Honestly, the hand and the mouth, they're a great team. They look after each other. They cover for each other's mistakes. They cover for each other when they're tired. The hand and the mouth is the feel-good movie of the year, truly. It's Bonnie and Clyde. It's Batman and Robin. It's Wallace and Gromit, truly. And if you're nervous about going down on a girl, just pop a mint, yeah? You get fresh breath, she gets an Arctic surprise. Who was the young ones over here? How you going, matey? Taking this all in? Take it in. Take it in. That's aggressive. Take it in! Cop it! Cop it! We've had that said to us before. Number 4, personal choice. Stop using your fucking thumb. Stop using your thumb. It's got no nuance. It bends the wrong way. You know what a thumb's for? It's for a lighter that you can't get going. It's for a button that's stuck. Don't use that on the most sensitive part of my entire body. And while we're here, don't do it in the back either. Just because it can go in doesn't mean it has to. That's why we don't put knives in power sockets. They fit, but it's dangerous. You've been absolutely delightful.
That's all from the Comedy Store this week. Thank you to all the acts in this week's episode. We've had Lauren Pattison, Carl Donnelly and Felicity Ward. We'll be back next week with 3 more brilliant comedians for you. If you'd like to join us at the iconic Comedy Store in London's West End or at one of our on-the-road shows throughout the UK and Europe, head to ticketmaster.co.uk and search Comedy Store. Thanks for joining us. Remember to subscribe, comment, tell your friends, and we'll see you next week.